When we start with values and when we start with what's important to each of us, no matter where we end up, we know that the path we took and the way we worked with each other was the right way. My name is Sahar Vermezyari. I am the director of the East Scarborough Storefront. The East Scarborough Storefront is a community development organization, and we do our work as a backbone, as an integrator. And so we do a lot of facilitating, connecting, network weaving, and collaborating with anyone else who wants to strengthen the East Scarborough community. I was here at the Storefront when the UTSC and Storefront partnership started. And from the beginning, it was reciprocal. It wasn't ever just, oh, here's the university that's going to help out this poor little community. We actually had something to teach UTSC, right? Storefront used to teach a course around community development to UTSC students. We used to host students. UTSC made different resources available to us. There were tennis, learn to play tennis programs that kind of started that way. And I think in 2014, the Toronto Foundation gave an award to the partnership as well. So it was very new, one of a kind of thing at the time around community building relationship and partnership with a university. The reason it's been able to evolve is because we have focused on value. We even redid our values exercise, and I don't think it shifted fundamentally, but it was important because we are all learning. UTSC is learning as an institution, we're learning as an organization, and when you're tackling complex issues, no one organization, no one group, no one resident has the answers. But when we all come together, we can build on all of those answers together, and we make space for that. Because I think if we tried to make it streamlined and clean, it takes away from the magic that happens in those complex, solutions.
My name is Agnes Thompson. I've been in with the Storefront for 10 years now. As a resident leader, what most left an impression on me is the smile you get when you enter this community in here, the help you get, number one, from everyone that works at the Storefront, and the smile, it gives you a welcome. It makes you want to always come back.
Centering joy, I think, is built into the DNA of the organization. One of our values is hope and optimism. I think that allows for joy. It is celebrating different players in our network who are doing amazing work, including residents and grassroots leaders, is actually written into our purpose. And so that allows us to, really tap into their joy. We're not necessarily just interested in the end outcome. And I think that allows for us to kind of change where we're headed sometimes based on process and people, based on who's around, based on the momentum, based on what the process has brought us to. The other is to really focus on equity and addressing different oppressions, including anti-Black racism, homophobia, transphobia. That is another way that we focus on, what is important in our work. In community work, you might start with an outcome that you think you're all going towards and end up somewhere else. And when we start with values and when we start with what's important to each of us, no matter where we end up, we know that the path we took and the way we worked with each other was the right way. And that is really important, so that at the end of the day, as two partners, you don't look back and think, oh, this was horrible. This was not at all what we wanted to happen. We might end up somewhere else, but we're prioritizing people, relationships, and good process. And that is where you need to start if you want to do that, is with values, is to really ground ourselves in how do we want to do this work? More importantly than just what we're doing, how are we going to do this work? Because again, like I said, there are no guarantees in terms of where you end up. And what you can control, what you can really focus on is how you do the work. And values lead that. So that's why we always start with why, and we always start with values. And it's been amazing to be able to do that with UTSC and find like-minded people who are really value-driven.